so great to have you, sir. How are you?
Very well, very well. Pleasure being here.
Thank you. So, sir, I am somebody who is really looking forward to this session because, even I have my own business. I had so many
Of
questions in my
course.
mind. So I was like, I would definitely go ahead and ask this person because, मेरे को तो life, I had to, come and interact with you. I had this opportunity to actually, host you personally. So thank you so much. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people who DM me and thank me that I actually went out and invited somebody like you who could
Okay.
actually give advices to all of us. So thank you so much once again.
I'm happy. I'm happy. And you are so cheerful, so energetic. It's kind of contagious. I'm happy about it.
Thank you. That's so sweet. So I think a lot of people already know about you. And in fact, I think a lot of people know you by somebody who's a serial entrepreneur and an investor.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I wanted to know about your latest your latest venture, that is Celebrity School, which we are already very hyped up about.
True.
Everyone's been talking about it. We're seeing ads. While scrolling through my feed, I actually end up seeing a lot of ads,
Yes.
and you get to see so many known faces joining the business plan. So,
True.
firstly, I want to congratulate you on Celebrity School.
Thank you. Thank you
I
so much.
The first thing that I had in my mind, as a question was कि आपने इतने सारे businesses देखे होंगे. You have been, you in this industry for a long time now.
Yes.
What you must have had thought कि what is the need to start a business like this, a celebrity school. So I want to know कि first thought क्या आया था? What was that first idea which you had when you went ahead with celebrity school?
True. See, the parent company that I run, Floating Campus, so we have presence in almost 12,000 schools and colleges across India, right? And in the past 10 years, we have been taking these sessions across India in these school colleges, smaller towns in India, rural places in India, right? And we found one thing, that there are so many students who are absolutely passionate about acting, singing, and all other passion related fields as such. But then there is absolutely no one to really guide them, right? And absolute no celebrity who is saying, "Ki, look, I want to really teach them," right? So that's where we said, "Ki, look, there has to be a platform, and it has to be an online platform where we get these absolute celebrities." And when I mean celebrities, they're not only celebrities, they're people who have struggled their way up,
Right.
struggled from absolute ground zero, like Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
Right.
No filmy background, made his mark on his own, struggled for a long period of time and reached the heights where he is today. And we want them to share their knowledge, and guide these students as such. And we believe in one thing, if you do what you love, you would never be working again every day. Then it's going to be play for you. It's going to be,
Right.
just living your passion as such, and 99% of the time, trust me, because I take corporate sessions across India, right? Students and these employees are frustrated, right? Because that's not what they wanted to do. They never wanted to sit in a cubicle and work, crunching numbers on a laptop. They wanted to be a singer, they wanted to be an actor, they wanted to direct their own movies and so on, right? But never had this opportunity. So Celebrity School is just a platform to provide that opportunity as such, so that people can start reliving their passion and learn
Right.
directly from the celebrities. Yeah.
So, this is something that I actually even related to on a personal level when you said ki you
True.
cannot pursue your dream sitting in a cubicle. Right.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
have to take that step, you have to take that risk. And I'm
Right.
sure because even you are taking a course in Celebrity School, which is about
Yes,
business. So I want to know,
yes,
this is something जो मुझे जानना है. If somebody comes up to you and that person is very confused,
yes,
he's
yes.
in just the initial stage of business. Probably it's just an idea. Probably he's very
Right.
confused about the funding. So,
Yes.
what is the first advice that you would give to somebody who wants to start a business?
Wonderful. You know what? I'm happy you asked this as the first question, right? Because when I take my business counseling as well, this is the first question people ask. Sir, I want to do something big. मुझे बड़ा करना है कुछ अपने लिए, अपने family के लिए, for my society. But sir, मुझे इतने सारे ideas में से ना कौन सा idea pick करूँ? I'll tell you a very simple answer to this. No one in this whole world knows which idea is gonna click, right? You think I knew if celebrity school is gonna be so big so quickly you're gonna start so big of a community? No, trust me, no. I would be completely lying if I would say that, oh, I knew how is this gonna plan out. We are
Right.
in a world where the business scenario, internet and technology is changing so fast. No one knows what's going to happen in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The
Right.
only way to go about is just stick to your guts, follow your instincts, and go for it. Right?
Right.
That may not be the ultimate business that you're gonna do. That product may not be the $1 million product that you are gonna sell. But just
Right.
go with it, whatever idea you have, learn along the way, right? Be flexible enough to change your business model or your business plan as per the business conditions. That's the best
Right.
way to go about. And I hope
Right.
the thing what you are doing is well, you have come a long way. I see your products, I adore your products, and someone who comes out in the market with a vision, see, because we are not the big guys with 100 crore rupees parents' money, right? We are guys who
Right.
struggle our way up. So the only way
Right.
for us to become successful is follow something that we are very passionate about. And I'm very happy that you are doing that for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. That really
Yeah.
means a lot because there have been stages when like I said, it's a personal journey for everyone else. Probably, आपका
Yes.
product or आपका service might just click with the audience in one way. You're lucky enough. Probably it takes
True.
time to grow. Probably it doesn't work at
True.
all. But you have to keep it going. You have to have that zeal going. And I'm sure
Absolutely.
a lot of people also ask you about the fact again, like when it comes to a business, key.
Yes.
What about funding? You can
Mm-hmm.
have the
Mm-hmm.
zeal to just keep going on with the business. Okay, I will not give up.
True.
But
True.
what about financial aspects? That yeah, this is where I need to stop. How do you help people plan this? The whole business model. What do you
Okay.
advise?
Okay. This is what I usually tell my clients who come for personal counseling with me. Never think about the big funding companies or the big venture guys, right?
Right.
Trust me, I have been in this business just too long, right? 8 very successful businesses. I have not taken funding for even one of my company. I have 400 employees working for me, right? So I personally don't believe into the funding aspect of it. I'll explain you why. Because see, being a trainer and being an entrepreneur, we are very fortunate to meet the superstars of the business world and all, right? And they have told me one thing. Today my company is valued at 100 crores and 200 crores, but every day of my life, I get up and I wish I had not taken that funding, right? Because the funding comes with its own responsibilities and own cage as such. Today, if I have to get up and be answerable to someone in celebrity school and he dictates me, oh, take this actor and this singer, I'm not going to be happy about it. And if they are going to say, oh, you're just selling it for 2,999, why not sell it for 8,000 rupees? I'm not going to be happy for it. Why? Because we come with a very different mission. We want even a small time student, and a rural student should be able to afford these courses, right? So
Right.
I don't want someone to, of course, dictate me. So that's about funding. But yeah, there are two aspects of it. Point number one, never ever come into business thinking that I'm going to raise funds. It may not just happen, right? So run the business as if you're not going to get funds. Because
Okay.
then what happens, your mind starts thinking, oh, if I'm not going to ever get funds, then let me utilize my money in a very strategic way. Let me plan out every expense as such. Let
Yeah.
me learn a few things so that I can do it myself. Let me
Right.
find great people who can do things for me at a very minimal cost as such, right?
Right.
And I
Right.
personally believe that you really don't need funds to start even biggest of the biggest ventures as such, right? There is something called as a minimum viable product, right? So how much ever bigger the business is, start with, maybe if you're selling a product, just start with 10 products. Sell it. If you're able to sell it, go for the 20 products. If you're able to sell
Right.
20, go for 40 products. Don't go for 1,000 products. You're not the big guy. You're a small guy who's trying to make his mark. Why you want a
Yeah.
1,000 products with you? I hope you agree. That's what you did, right?
Exactly. I mean, I was just relating to every point possible because we launched with just 25 odd products. And
Wonderful.
we're like, we will just see because we'll be able to at least find out what works for the market. We can tweak our prices. We can see
Yes.
what's going to happen exactly. And we don't have to invest a lot when you're just launching
Yes.
with few products. You can get a feedback without
Yes.
investing a lot of money. So yeah, I think
Absolutely.
that's a wonderful idea. That's what in fact, if somebody asks me, even though I
Yeah.
have zero knowledge, absolutely zero knowledge now, but even I tell them that don't launch with 100 styles. That's just a waste of money and a lot of risk. So,
Absolutely.
sir,
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
want to know, because you are somebody who launched Celebrity School and you launched with big names. And
Yes.
these are the names which, like we mentioned before, are people who have, you have had their own journey. They don't have anybody to back them up. They have their own, they started from zero and look at where they are today. So I want
Yes.
to know, you must have had a working experience with them. You must have interacted with more people, who were more privileged. So do you see any difference when you interact with people who have had a very tougher journey comparatively? For example, again, Nawazuddin Siddiqui sir, there
Mm-hmm.
has to be something that you learn from them as well.
Oh, of course. For example, good you asked. I'll share something about Nawaz sir. We were supposed to shoot with Nawaz sir at 10 o'clock in the morning, right?
Okay.
And we reached there about 8:30 or so, and then we were very confident that look, till 11:30 the shoot is not gonna start, right? And so we were all planning the lighting and the setup, everything as if we are gonna start at 11 o'clock and not 10 o'clock as such, right? And at 9:30, Nawasar is on the floor. And you're all zapped, you're all baffled. You're not even ready for him. And he said, Siddharth,
Oh my
okay,
god.
sharp 10, we will start. And I said, yes, of course we will start. And we had to run.
Oh
But
my
that's
god.
the kind of professionalism. See, we had hired a three-door vanity van for him, right? So that he can rest in between shots and then he can have his lunch there. You won't believe, not even once he used the vanity van. Not
Oh
even
my god.
once. Right?
Wow.
2 days he was continuously shooting for us, shooting with us. Even when he wanted to actually take a small little rest, he sat in one corner of the studio itself. He did not go all the way in the vanity van. Now that's the kind of professionalism, right? What these people
Right.
teach you. And then I'll share one thing here. He said whenever he's working with bigger heroes, what does the hero or heroine do after their shot? They quickly go and check their Instagram or Facebook feed or
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, how will you be focused?
Right.
Correct? And that's the thing that I learned about him, and from him rather, that if I'm in a business meeting, if I'm doing something, I keep my phone aside now. I don't check my mails, I don't check my WhatsApp or Insta or Facebook
Okay.
if I'm into this important thing. That's a wonderful learning experience. What you think?
Wow. Wow. I,
Right? So
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
What about Madhu sir? I would just want to keep knowing and knowing.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, Madhur sir was the first person to say yes to Celebrity School.in, right? So he kind of started the journey for us. He showed us so much of trust in us. And I wanted Madhur sir as such, right? Because four-time national award-winning director, a very realistic, hard-hitting movie director as such. I
Right.
don't want someone who makes glamorous movies, which are not realistic. You wanted someone who makes
Right.
realistic movies as such, right? Now, this is the thing with Madhur sir again. We went through the entire syllabus, and he said, Siddharth, we can't do this in 2 days. We need 4 days as such. And I was like, oh gosh, if it's 4 days, then everything multiplies by four times, no?
Right. Right.
And then he could see on my face that I'm really worried financially, all the
Yeah.
aspects and all. And then he sits next to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and he says, Siddharth, don't worry for my money. Correct? So I'm, not going to charge you anything for that extra 2 days. And we
Oh my
were all
god.
zapped. Now that's the kind of passion these people are bringing to the platform as such.
Right.
That is only because they want to share their knowledge. It's only because they always said, Siddharth, when I started, because he doesn't come from a filmy background, he has done no course in filmmaking. He said, I always wanted a course like this to be available for me,
Right.
and it's an opportunity for me just to give back to society. So that's what is it with
You already
Madhur sir.
have
Yeah.
such people. I'm sure. What next is there? Because already it looks like it has so much to promise. It has so much to
Yeah,
offer.
yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
What is next? What's next?
See, to just name few, we are in talks with Dabu Ratnani sir, for photography. We are in talks with Sushmita Sen, ma'am, for communication skills and presentation as such. We are in talks with Vishwanathan Anand sir for chess, and the list just keeps growing as such, right? So what we aim is that we want 100 top celebrities from 100 different fields sharing
Wow.
their knowledge. Wouldn't it be just wonderful that if you want to learn any field, right? And you don't have to be a master in that field. If you want to learn communication skills and presentation, you come on celebrity school and you have the best of the best celebrities sharing real passionate knowledge there. So that's what we aim for.
In fact, the most lovely part is that everything is at a very nominal price. When you look
Yes,
at it, everyone
right.
can afford it. It's
True.
online, so even if I'm sitting at home, I'm in Delhi, I'm in Bihar, I don't
Yes.
know, wherever I am, I can just go and opt for a course whatever I like to have, and that too at a very nominal rate.
Very
So
true. I'll
okay,
explain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please go
yeah,
ahead. Please
no,
go
no, no,
ahead.
please, 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 please say.
No, so pricing again is a very important aspect because you come from a very business background and you understand pricing, right? So
Yeah,
this is again one question that I get asked a lot in my MBA sessions. Sir, if I start a business or I start selling a product, what should I price it, right?
right,
So there are two answers to it. Rather, I would say three answers to it. The humorous answer is no one knows, right? And the more realistic two answers is try everything. You know, when we started Celebrity School, we started with 800 rupees and 1200 rupees, 1500 and 5000 as well, right? And then we realized that 2999 is the sweetest price point. Now, anything less than that, and people were thinking, oh, is it really a celebrity school or is it a fake school as such, right? And
right,
anything more expensive than 2999, and people were thinking, oh, it was only the metro city students and employees
right,
that were actually wanting it, and we were losing out the rural section as such. And we said, no,
right,
we don't want that to happen. We are
right,
okay losing out some money right now if it's actually going to support our vision in the long run. So that's how
right.
we actually came down to 2999 as the price point as such, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. And you were
This
asking
is
me
it.
something.
No, no, no. This is exactly what we did as well. But it took us a lot of time to come up to those
Yeah,
price points and figure out this is what works for
sorry.
us. You know, but that's a great advice. People should actually be doing a lot of research and figure out
Yes.
what is their target market actually.
Very true,
What do
very
they
true. No,
want?
there's a good friend of mine, Rahul. He sold his company for about 200 crore rupees, and he gave me a wonderful advice. He said, if you're selling a product and if you're a very genuine businessman, price it so that if you are buying a similar product, you shouldn't feel cheated,
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel cheap, you shouldn't feel it expensive, but it should be so rightly priced that you would feel it's worth. You shouldn't feel it cheated. Because the moment
Right.
someone says, "Oh, it is not worth a 2999 course, it's a 1,000 rupees course," then you have lost, right? If someone feels, "Oh, it's a 5,000 rupees ka course, I'm getting it for 2,999," then you are actually won the
Right. Wow. Okay,
game.
nice. That's why you are into business training, of course. That's one reason why you're taking the course.
I'll tell you one thing. When I
Yeah.
started, I always thought that my course would be the least sold course on the platform, right? Because we have Nawaz and Shan and Madhur Bhandarkar and
Yeah.
Sabira Merchant, ma'am, who's
Yeah.
teaching communication skills. And trust me, she's an absolute sweetheart. You should opt for her course. I personally believe everyone in India should at least take Sabira ma'am's communication skills course as such.
Right.
I mean, just listening to her and observing her body language and the way she carries herself is a charm to watch as such, right? And yeah, so coming back, my course also sells almost at par with all the celebrities. So
Oh
I'm
my
very
God.
happy about it. I'm very happy about it because then it means that there's so many people who want to, break away from that shackles and do something big. They're at
Yeah.
least thinking that I want to start a business. And I'm okay if they don't ever start, even if it gives them a confidence that, look, I have done this course at one point in my life, I can go and start my business. I'm happy about it.
You have a student in me. You know that, right? I am opting for the course, of course. I know.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. You get it complimentary from us.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I want to know. I'm sure this, whatever you are teaching in this course is because it comes from from a past experience. Whatever we learned in our journey,
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
how did you achieve this merit? If I just want to, if I want to actually ask about your journey, you started at very young. You
Okay.
started at the age of 14. 14.
Yes.
This is when you are
Absolutely.
probably switching from pencil to pen in school. So,
That's a nice one. Yes, yes.
but I want
Basically,
to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
My entire bachpana was from Ghatkopar, right? So I
Okay.
was surrounded by Gujarati friends of mine, who
Oh,
had this businesses, and they used to talk a lot of business. If you go to their
yeah.
houses, they used to talk with their parents about business and all. And I always been surrounded by this, and I always thought, oh, even I should do something like this. I should
Yeah.
start a business. Because I come from a very simple Maharashtrian middle class family background, and in Maharashtrian middle classes, you don't do business, right? You
Okay.
just get an MBA, you work for a multinational company, and you keep quiet.
You
You don't
sorted. Yeah.
even
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about, yeah, you don't even talk about
Yeah.
business as such. But I said, no, I don't want to do that, right? I want to do something business. So what I used to do, I used to, walk 2 kilometers and take this stickers. We used to get this Charlie Chaplin stickers. Used to get it. I used to get it for 2 rupees entire sheet, right? I used to go to my school and sell it for 10 rupees. Because those were available only in my area as such. And you won't believe, I used to make weekly about 200 rupees. That was a decent amount, 200 rupees some 20 years back, I think more than that. It was a decent amount
Okay.
for me. So
Wow.
that's how it started. And I always knew that I would go into entrepreneurship as such. So there's so many things that I did. I did my MBA from Boston University, America. I came back, never wanted to stay there. And after I came back, trust me, it was not an easy journey. I had all my relatives calling up dad and mom every day and saying, "Ki, look, Siddharth, this is a very wrong choice. You have done your MBA from America. You should be working in a multinational company. We are not meant for business. It's a wrong decision, XYZ." And my dad, my mom, both of them supported me so much. They said, Siddharth, तुझे जो करना है कर, हम तेरे साथ में हैं. और ये पूरे जर्नी में अगर तू फेल भी हो जाता है, फिर भी हम तेरे साथ में हैं. And I'll tell you the reason for it, right? The reason was, many students who come to me and say, my parents don't support me and I hate them so much for it. Don't hate your parents because it's not your parents, it's you. And I'll tell you the reason why. You have to give your parents the confidence that you are on the right path, that you know so many things, you have great communication skills, you have great personality, you have a business plan, or you have some plan which you are ready to work upon. And you have to also make them believe that, look, dad, mom, if it doesn't happen, I have a fallback plan as well, right?
Right.
Till the time you don't make them believe in you, till the time you don't make them confident in you, they're not going to support it. Correct. Fortunately for me, I knew this, right? So I kind of made them believe in me. I started off, it was tough. It is never easy. You know that you run a business, right? So I used to go to schools and take free sessions. I used to tell the principal, look, I have an MBA and I will take a free session. And they would be like, who doesn't want a free session,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
let's do it. When are you available?
Yeah.
I'll be like, sir,
Yeah.
theek hai, dekhte hain, next week and all kind of natak I used to
Yeah.
do. And then I was very confident that if 2,000 parents sit in front of me, right, I would very easily be able to convince at least 200, that's 10%, 200 of them to take my career counseling, right? And I used to at that time charge some 2,000 rupees for a career counseling as such. So that was a very decent number for me. So one free session, correct, would
Right.
actually mean about 4 lakh rupees for me, right?
Yeah.
The school was
Right.
very happy, right? And so that's how it slowly grew. And we are very happy that almost 10 years into business now, not even one school has left us. We
Wow.
still do the same sessions in the school. Even if someone goes there and says, oh, this is Siddharth sir's company charges you, let's say, 2,500 rupees for career counseling, we are ready to do it for 500 rupees. And they would say no, right? So we are very happy and very proud that we could create such kind of a brand image over the years as such. So this is how it grew. It started from just one school, and today we have almost 12,000 schools and colleges across India as such.
Right. And
Yeah,
I want to know about the whole floating campus concept, because this is something
yeah,
that
yeah.
is, it's emerging. It's already
Yes,
there. It has already tapped the Indian market.
yes.
What is your view on that? What do you think what's going to happen in the next few years? How do you see floating campuses working in India?
Okay. See, we come with this background. We never think of becoming number one. Because the moment you say, I want to be number one, your entire mindset towards your business or your goals, everything changes,
Yeah.
right? So we never say we want to be number one. Forget that. Just take that out. We want to be doing what we love doing. That's it. That's a good way. We want to create our own niche. We don't want to run with the bigger guys, try to beat them out of contracts. No, we don't want to do that. We're very happy with our own little thing and way what we are doing. With Floating Campus, we are turning everything digital now. For example, we take this pen and paper career counseling test, and trust me, they are absolute masters when it comes to career counseling. Almost 4.5 lakh students every year take this career test from us, right? So now we are digitalizing the whole thing because of Corona. We have realized it's going to be more and more difficult, to go to the school and have students in the school and make them write a physical pencil paper test as such. So we are going to have a digital version of the career counseling test as such, right? And then we have plans that even celebrities can actually counsel the students. So that's the whole vision that we have. Just
Oh,
imagine a eighth standard girl or a boy getting directly counseled by Shan sir. Wouldn't it be lovely?
wow. Lovely. Definitely. I want to go back to school now. Why did
Absolutely,
I?
absolutely.
So
Yes,
I want
yes.
to know.
Yep.
I think I actually happened to skip it. How was your experience with Shan sir? Are you a music person
Oh,
yourself?
uh, not really. I love listening. I love listening,
Okay.
and I can actually figure out a lot of songs and what's going on, the music. I'm a music buff, but I can't sing, not even this much. And I kind of said, Shan sir, can you do some magic and teach me in this 2 days that we have? And he said, 2 years. That's what it takes, 2 years. You know. But again, see, I tell you what, Shan sir, very jolly guy. He made the entire studio, the floor, so enjoyable, because when I am
Wow.
on the floor and we are shooting, because we shoot with very limited budget, because we're not a funded company, and we want to remain a non-funded company. So we make sure that whatever time we have, we make optimum use of it. And I'm so very tense on the floor. Shan sir made it so wonderful. He used to always laugh and he used to always smile. Say, Siddharth, ho jayega, tension mat le, kind of.
Acha.
And then this is one thing very important. I spent almost 3-4 days at Shan sir's house. Beautiful, palatious house he has, and so hospital. Shan sir and Radhika ma'am, his wife is. And we chalked out everything. And when we went on floor, he got his Guruji in his car. Now, this was not even in the plan or the scheme of things. So he himself went to the Guruji, he got them in the car, he got the harmonium, right? Because he thought, "Ki, Siddharth, I was just thinking about the course in the night, and I realized we need a Guruji, we need to cover this Riyaz topic as such. So I just went him, picked him up, and I got this harmonium also. Now, when someone brings so much of passion to a course, it turns out to be a great product.
Right.
And why leave Sabira Merchant ma'am as well? Sabira Merchant ma'am is almost 80 years old, but she has trained Priyanka Chopra and Lara Datta, and she has in the course also shared stories about why these girls are so successful today. That's a wonderful thing to hear from her. And then I used to always go and whisper in ma'am's ear, ma'am, do you really want to continue or should we take a break? Right, ma'am, do you want to take a rest? Should I get a coffee or something? And she used to blast me. She was like, I have more energy than you. Just go and
Oh God.
shoot. And I was like just baffled. But that's what means to give away back. That's what means to share it with the society.
Right.
And I really hope that you reach a point quickly, that you would want to share your knowledge, because trust me, there
Yeah.
is nothing more beautiful than motivating students or sharing your knowledge. Absolutely nothing more
I
beautiful.
can already see the happiness on your face right now.
No, I would tell you one thing. Here is a golden advice for you. If you would have come to me paying 50,000 rupees, this is what I would have told you.
That's
You
right.
have all the capacity to become one of the finest motivational speakers and business coaches in India. And trust me when I say this, and India needs people like you, people who are smart, people who have great communication skill, people who have filled with energy and want to teach others, right? There's so many of them that are required in India. You really fit the bill, just good.
Wow. I
So,
want to cry. I want to cry now. Okay.
no,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, 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 pleasure.
Now I want to have a funny and quick rapid fire with you because we'll get to know more about you and
Sure.
Celebrity School.
Yeah.
So, if
Yes.
Siddharth Prabhakar had to take
One
from
course.
one course from
Okay.
Celebrity School,
Okay. Okay.
what would it be?
I would go in for Sabira Merchant's communication skills course.
Oh, but you
Yeah,
do have
because
wonderful communication skills.
always learning. No, because this is what I personally feel, right? The difference between a star and a star and a superstar is
Right,
the way he communicates, nothing else,
right,
right? The
right.
way he motivates people, the way he, shares his ideas with him. All the 400 people who worked with me, none of them ever even think of leaving. I'll tell you why they don't think of leaving, because we communicate with them so well. We share our ideas, our thought processes. We motivate them day in, day out. So when they come to work, they don't think about the salary only. They think about the overall environment as such, right? So I personally feel if you're an actor, director, businessman like you, communication skills is what really differentiates from a star and a superstar.
So music session is out of the picture. Music course is out of the picture.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I have realized one thing, because I used to go to classes as well for music because my dad
Okay.
sings so well you won't believe. And I can't sing. I don't know why. And I listen to the best of the best music. I have, almost 5.5 lakh rupees ka Bose setup at my house. So I keep
Oh,
listening to it whole day, but I can't sing, not even a
oh
bit.
God.
Yeah,
Sad.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Even
And
I'm a
then,
bathroom
yeah,
singer.
at least you're a bathroom singer.
Yeah.
Then
Actually, a
next, yeah,
terrible
yes,
bathroom
yes,
singer.
yes.
Terrible bathroom singer.
That's fine.
Quite crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Were you saying something? Did I stop you somewhere? No, right?
Oh
Did I
yes, yeah.
interrupt you?
No, no. I wanted to say this. The next course, I would say, I mean, all the courses. You can take the full access pass. Where you
Acha.
get all the courses as such at a very
Acha.
reasonable price. I think all the courses will cost you 15,000 rupees. If you get the all access pass, it costs you
Wow.
just 8,000 rupees, right?
Wow.
And plus, if we add more courses, you get that complimentary in that cost itself. So it's a wonderful package, right? But I would also want to take up the acting course from Nawazuddin Siddiqui, because this is what I have realized. Every day in our lives, we act, right? What we are at house is so different than what we actually present here,
Oh,
others.
right. Oh, yes.
I'm definitely sure the way you are presenting it to me or the way I'm presenting it to the world is not how I behave at house. Yes, just
Right.
so different. So I
Yeah.
have just so many corporate employees coming to me and saying, "Sir, I have taken Nawazuddin Siddiqui's course not because I wanted to be an actor, because I want to
Yes.
know how to act in front of my boss if I want a
Right.
holiday, or if
And
I want
it's
to
just
have."
about the body language and everything, how you can pull off an
Absolutely.
act. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Nawaz sir has shared so golden nuggets. For example, he shares in one of the videos, where he says, if you ask someone to act and find something, they will go keep looking like this, like this. No, that's not what you do at home, right? You just go, you just look here and there, you pick it up. A very
Right.
natural way of acting. So
Right.
it's a lovely course. Again, I love his course, and even Madhur sir's course. Yeah, I mean, you would be. He made traffic signal, right? Or he made Chandani bar. You know one
Yeah.
thing? He made Chandani bar without even having a monitor to look into. Today,
What?
even the smallest film budget crew will have three monitors with them, right? And
Okay.
he did not even have a monitor. He had to completely rely on his cameraman, right? And Tabu's performance for the whole movie. He couldn't even
Wow.
see what's actually happening. Isn't it wonderful?
Wow. Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
And then we keep crying, oh, I don't have equipment to shoot my YouTube videos. I don't have this equipment for doing this.
Right.
Not needed. Absolutely not needed.
Right, right. No, this
Right.
is even
Right.
I've heard that you don't have to wait for things and opportunities to come your way. I think अगर आपको करना है आप अपने
Yes.
छोटे से रिसोर्सेज से भी वही चीज कर सकते हो. ये बस एक बहाना
True.
होता है to I would say turk out things. That's what people
Actually.
say, right? That's what people actually say.
That's what they say in Delhi, I guess.
Yes, yeah, that's I'm a true Delhiite, so I'm just speaking the Delhi language. कि टरकाना बंद कर.
Absolutely. True, true.
Yeah.
I had an office in Delhi, Connaught Place, right?
Okay.
But unfortunately, we had to close it down. Possibly this is because we couldn't really handle the Delhi employees because they come with their own attitude, a nice little attitude, I would say. We couldn't match up to it, right?
Right.
Because
No,
then
no,
there
I
was
can
one
relate.
there was this one MBA girl who said it on my face, sir, वो तो आपकी नई कंपनी है और फिर भी हम आपके लिए काम कर रहे हैं तो आप हमारा एहसान मानिए. I was like just so shocked, right?
I
But then,
actually, okay, now, since this has
yes,
come up, I want to know
yeah,
how
yes,
to handle employees. Because this is a process. You have so many people working for you. It's
yes,
difficult for me to manage, I'm running a business and
yeah,
it gets a little
yeah,
difficult, because you have to work with a
true,
lot of different sensibilities. You are dependent on them in a way. You're trying your
true,
best. How do
yes.
you manage 200 people working under you? How do
It's
you do that?
400. It's 400. Why are you
400.
cutting off the
How do you manage?
200
Oh
as
God.
such?
How do you
Yeah,
manage?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Point number one, there is this one principle that we follow. We have very lean management, right? So we don't have a red tape organization. For example, I don't want to name that organization. They just invited me for a talk. They paid me a very good amount for an online talk. And one of the employees said, sir, if I want to get something to my CEO, there are 16 people in between. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Here's the guy who goes and sells your product, right? If he wants to give some feedback about the customer or the product, and then there are going to be 16 people before
Right.
you to reach that message to the CEO, you are doomed. The company is not going to have a long-term vision, right? So
Okay.
what we believe is that you have to have very lean management. Don't have a lot of hierarchies. You have maybe the big boss, just one person in between, and then the direct employees. Give them one mail ID and tell them that, look, this is my personal mail ID. If you have any problem, that can be your personal problem, your business problem, your financial problem, this mail ID you mail me, and I'll try to give you a solution to it. And you mean that, right? You genuinely mean that. If I have some employee who is making 10,000 rupees and has been working with me just for about maybe 2 months, and he mails me that I'm not happy working here, I want to leave, I will personally answer to his mail. And
Right.
if you personally answer, trust me, he or she is gonna stay with you for a long time as a very dedicated employee. I had a girl working for me, and she's now not working for me right now, Shruti. She has got married and she has gone into America. But then this girl came to me and said, Ki, sir, my husband did not ever give me the authority to even sign a 5,000 rupees check. And in just 3 months, you are giving me an authority to sign a 2 lakh rupees ka check. I don't even have to ask you before signing that check and giving it to you. Thank you so much. It's when you give them so much freedom, you believe in them, you trust
Yeah.
them, that you create a very loyal workforce as such, right?
Right.
And second thing, I would say, don't rush into hiring. Take
Okay.
your time, hire the best people. Of all this business tycoons that I have met or have interacted or have seen their interviews, this is what they will tell you. If you hire the wrong person, you cannot do much about it. So take a step back, hire the right person,
Right.
groom them, give them a lot of responsibility, trust in what they do. And this is what Simon Sinek says, if you go on his videos, right? If, let's take an example, if there is a child who makes a mistake, right? If I don't know, you're just too young, but if my child makes a mistake, I'm not going to throw him out of the house,
Yeah.
right? I'm
Yeah.
going to make him sit next to me and explain it to him. Similarly, if there is an employee who's making a mistake, he's making that mistake possibly because he has some financial trouble. He's making that mistake possibly why? Because he has some family trouble, right? He will not concentrate on your work, and he should not. Trust me, because your family is more important. The way my family is more important to me than my business.
Yeah.
Sit with him, solve that problem first, and then he will give you 200%. I know it's easier said and done, but trust me, it's not that difficult. Go with that mindset, and we did not have 400 employees. Today, we started with one employee, part-time employee, and then we have 400 employees today as such.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I can
Yes,
understand. I can totally understand how the hierarchy would backfire if you have a lot of people in the middle. People will not
true,
come up to you. You will not have feedbacks. You will not really know what's
true,
happening in your company. You would
true,
just
true,
be
true.
sitting in a bubble. So that's a great advice. I mean, I'm just noting it down. It's just a lot of
Wonderful.
information. Um. Okay, I want
Yes.
to know if you could rule one company in India from India. Which
Okay.
company would that be?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. There's one company that I want to buy out.
Yeah.
I want to buy the Mumbai Indians actually. That's what
Okay.
my dream is. I want to buy the Mumbai Indians team from Reliance guys. I don't know. I think I can't buy it with money because that's too much of a money. But I can go and request them. I don't know.
ले लो दे दो
I know. Possibly you can take these courses of celebrities and give me the Mumbai Indians team, something like that.
okay.
No, but then I don't think there is any. That's a question I'll have to really think of. I can give you the answer later, but there is nothing that's coming to my mind that I want to really buy off. But I really appreciate few companies. I love the way the Tatas operate. Like I love the way they actually give it back to the society, right?
Right.
Whatever people say, I love the way Reliance Mukesh Ambani operates as well, right? I have taken a lot many sessions in the Dhirubhai Ambani school at Bandra Kurla complex in Mumbai, and I remember when I took the session, the younger child, I'm sorry, I forgot his name. So he was there in the school, right? He was attending one of the session, and I was a little nervous, of course, when Mukesh Ambani's son is sitting in his own school in your session, you are nervous.
Yeah.
But the teachers treated him just as any other student, right? And I did not see any attitude in him. He was just any other student sitting there. That was just wonderful upbringing as such. So I think, yeah, the bigger companies become big because they have a lot of true values in them.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. There is someone who is saying Punjab 11 आप try कर
Kings 11
सकते हैं.
Punjab. He's the co-founder of Modern Myth, by the way.
Oh, really? Saurabh. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. You can help me out. Any team is great. And then the reason why I go to these matches and I pay exorbitant ticket prices to watch these matches, because it's wonderful to go with your family and then you tell your son, he's Sachin Tendulkar and, you can really see him live as such. So it's wonderful. So yeah, that's my dream to buy one of this cricket teams. I hope they should have the smaller version of it. Yeah, maybe town, smaller teams. I
Town.
can buy that.
Town.
Yeah, town. I can buy that for a
I
few
think,
crore rupees.
okay, you can try for corporate cricket teams first, and then like
Maybe go ahead. Maybe go ahead.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's
Or they
really
should
good
start
idea.
a Indian version. They should start a women version of IPL, and I would be the
Oh,
first one to actually try for it.
did you just
At least, yeah.
give a business idea to somebody in the audience? You just did.
Absolutely. I don't know. My Mukesh Ambani might just take it up. I'll be more than happy if he
That's
does.
yeah,
Right?
that's a lovely idea.
Yeah.
Okay, if Celebrity
Yeah.
School was made for
Yes.
the Western audience, like you had to
Okay.
hire
Okay.
somebody from Hollywood to take
Okay.
courses.
Okay.
So I want to know who would you hire for the acting course? Whom do
Okay.
you think?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking this question. I'll tell you one thing. When we started with the idea of Celebrity School, as in, we wanted to make it as a very Indian, make in India product. I'll tell you the
Okay.
reason why, right? There's another company, American company, who does the same thing like we do as well. I have taken their courses, and they speak about American equipments and American jargons and things that are said in, let's say, Bollywood, sorry, Hollywood, right? Now, those things or those equipments or those style of filmmaking or acting is not even being used here in Bollywood. So why do I have to learn an Hollywood filmmaking style course, or if let's say a singing course? I want to learn a Bollywood filmmaking course. I mean, singing course, right? I don't want to
Right.
learn how some American is gonna stand on the stage and how is she gonna sing or how notes she is gonna sing. So we wanted it to
Right.
be a very, very Indian, make in India kind of a course, right? So I really don't have any actor as such, but yes, I want to answer it. I have a man crush on Tom Cruise, so
Oh,
I would possibly beg him to come. I love him. I love Martin Scorsese as well. I appreciate him, right? He's a great. Then Tarantino, of course. I mean, I love his movies. Some people find it very violent, but I love his movies. So there's so many. Brad Pitt, so many of them. Whom do you like?
I would not say nothing to do with acting. I would just look at the body and the face and be like, okay, fine.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm more like
understand.
that.
True,
Anyway.
true.
So,
Yeah.
I want to know if somebody inspires you for your business, your vision. Who inspires you? Is there somebody whom you look up to?
I love Steve Jobs. I love Steve Jobs. I love the way he communicates. I love the way he presents. I love the way he has a vision. I love the way he designs. I mean, I'm wearing this AirPods, right? And if you see, when I bought, I don't know, I may not be the first person to buy the AirPods, but I was definitely in the first 100 people to buy the AirPods in India. I love
Wow.
Apple products as such. And I have
Okay.
my sister in Canada, so they are released first in America and Canada as such. So I always make sure that she stands in the line for 8 hours or 9 hours, I don't care, and buys me that first version of it, right? And
Okay.
if you see the way they package things, right, or if you see the way they advertise things, I have never seen an Apple advertisement where they have taken celebrities. For them, their product is their celebrity. Isn't it wonderful? I saw your ads as well. I was just scrolling through, and the most important fact what I love about your ads, they don't have skin in it, right? Even if you're selling such a beautiful glamorous brand, it doesn't have beautiful girls in very scanty clothes, because that's not how you sell businesses. That's not the only way you sell businesses. I was very fortunate enough to do a wonderful case study on fog perfumes,
Yeah.
right? And if you see everything, all other acts or XYZ perfumes, they have very beautiful girls in very short skirts or
Yeah, they overly
dresses.
sexifies everything. Yeah, they do.
Everything. Oh, you are so
Yeah.
open to say that word. I couldn't say it, but that's fine. And then the guy goes and sprays, and the girl's clinching to him. And then
Yeah.
came Fog, who said, "No, I'm not going to do that because that's
Yeah.
what not my values are." And everyone said, "Sir, you cannot sell a perfume without these kind of ads." And he says, "Who cares?" So he goes ahead and creates a very humorous, family oriented ad, right? And Fog is, trust me, killing it. It is
Right.
capturing the Indian market like nothing, right? And similarly, when we thought of all other businesses as well, right? We said we are not going to go into that kind of marketing tactics. It's okay if my money is lost, right? But we are not going to do something that we cannot show it to my child, or I cannot see my ad with my mother. Then that is not the right kind of marketing. And I really appreciate the way you are marketing your product, or Saurabh, when you are marketing your product. It's a very elegant way. The bags are very beautiful, right?
Thank
And that's what is more important. The bags are important, not the girl in a short skirt with
you. Right.
showing off her legs.
Right. Right. Absolutely. In fact, one thing that I
Yeah.
really wanted to market, I would anyway speak to you after this and, take your
Sure.
advice.
Yes.
This is my vision. This is our vision that we want to, make our customers or make the audience aware about, going cruelty free in India,
Wonderful. Yeah.
because
Sure.
that's
Sure.
something that people are a little not aware of in India so far. They don't know
True.
what they're investing in. They don't know what is make in India exactly. Why
True.
the prices fluctuate when something is handcrafted against something that is factory produced. So,
True. True.
I would love to have your views on that. What do you have to say on Make in India? What do you have to say on going
Yeah,
vegan?
yeah. Absolutely. Two things. Point number one, this is what I have personally decided, and I speak this to a lot of my friends and relatives. We have to shift to make in India, right? We have to buy Swadeshi products, right? We have to promote Indian brands and Indian entrepreneurs. That's the only way we are going to be an absolute powerhouse. Correct. So yes, I would buy your bags. That's a promise to you. I'm going to buy your bag as such. I completely believe in Make in India, and I completely believe that you are trying to make a difference here, right? And it does not matter if you are going to make a huge difference. Even if you're going to make this much difference, trust me, you have made your mark. Who today thinks about the society, who thinks about other people, who thinks not only about money and who thinks about making a change. So if you're trying to do that, stick there, stay in there. There is going to be a time, remember one thing what Mark Cuban said: people don't buy products, people buy mission. And when people start believing in your mission, the way they did it with Tom Shoes, I hope you know what is Tom Shoes, right? Buy one, give one shoes, right? No one makes more money than Tom Shoes today. So what they do is that you buy one shoe from them, they give away one shoe, one pair of shoe to someone from Brazil or a very poor kid from India, right?
Yeah.
Now, people are just wow about it. If you go across the world, they have their own community of 1 million people, maybe 10 lakh people, and they're very happy about it. So every time one new shoe is launched, just imagine they sell 1 million copies in just then 1 million shoes in just 2 or 3 days. Isn't it wonderful?
Wow.
So do you
Yeah.
think people are buying the product? No, people are not buying the product. People are buying their mission,
Right.
right? And they don't do any kind of marketing. This 1 million people go and tell the another million people why Tom Shoes is so beautiful. That's what you should be doing. You should be creating these stories, and I would love to hear on social media the stories how by selling these brags, how these many animals are being not killed or not slaughtered, or how animals have been protected, or what you are doing helping out these animals.
Wow.
Just a piece of advice, this would really help you. This is some time back, 5 years back. I had a student, Supriya, right? Again, she has migrated. I don't know why girls get married and go to America. India is so beautiful, right?
Okay.
So she started a blog, right, on dogs,
Okay.
right? And she started making money out of it. And what she used to do, she used to take, I think, 20-25% of that money, right? And to the local dogs in her area, she used to give them medicine, right? She
Oh,
used to give them
wonderful.
food, and she used to click pictures and videos about it. And she started circulating these videos and pictures on the internet in her group, in her community as such, right? Now everyone used to see it, and there were a small sect of people, maybe 5%, who adore dogs, who love
Yeah.
dogs. I, by the
Yeah.
way, don't. I love them, but I don't want to keep them as a pet. But there
Okay.
are people, right? For example, I have a neighbor down on my sixth floor, and she would just walk up to a stray dog,
Wow.
right, and just make him eat something or just talk to him. And this
Yeah.
is just amazing.
That's what I do.
Seriously,
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
never do that. I would never do that. Now, this kind of people started following her. This kind of people, started appreciating her. So the moment she said, "Oh, this is a new little leather belt for dogs, which is very comfortable to them," and I have kind of used it, And if you want to buy, there is a link below this video. And people said, oh, why don't I buy from her link? Because this will help some dog in
Nadir, I
some
have to
way.
interrupt you. We
Oh,
have
yes.
just 1.5 minutes to go.
Okay,
The
okay,
timer is
wonderful.
already there. Yes, it is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So
So,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. You have to create a community around your business. Yeah, what's the last question? 1 minute.
The last question I just want to ask you: what are your views and what is the thing? Do you want to say something to the audience? Please go ahead and say.
Yeah,
1 minute.
wonderful. 1 minute, mein. So I have 30 seconds. Point number one, this girl is trying to make a difference. I'm really impressed with what you and Saurabh are possibly doing. All the best to you. If you need anything, help, advice, come back to me, right? Second thing, I personally feel each and every one of you should go ahead and at least once in your lifetime try entrepreneurship. It's not that difficult. And if you need some help and advice, come to us on Celebrity School, and also you have all the celebrities, learn from them, follow your passion.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for
Pleasure.
joining. And guys, go ahead, check out celebrityschool.in. They have wonderful courses. They have Siddharth sir's course as well. And I think I'm going to be taking that up in any case after this session. And I want you guys to just join the course. And
Thank you so much.
thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Lovely
Pleasure.
speaking to you, sir. Thank you.
Same
Bye.
here. Thank you.
See you.
Bye. Bye.